let's get to this story right here. Because Wilbon and Kornheiser went there on now the rising Duke player, Cooper Flagg, who's a high schooler right now, reclassified. I know a lot about Cooper Flagg. Why? Because I got a homeboy who 2 years ago named Fatback. Shout out to Fatback. Y'all know Fatback. Everybody know Fatback. And Fatback told me, he runs a security company. He says, yeah, I gotta go out to Maine and work with this kid, Cooper Flagg, like 2 years ago. I said, you working with a high schooler? He was like, yeah, dog. He illmatic though. He's sick with it. This is a couple years ago, and I was like, okay. He that damn good? He told me all his stats. He told me his size, big, all that. I was like, all right, let me see. Oh, oh my God, dang. Woo, they don't stop making greatness. Don't ever think they do. So, Cooper Flagg, white, basketball player, American born. So, hey, we got something here. We ain't talking about the Euros. It's going to stand for something more than just playing basketball. Yeah, we're going to go there. But first, let Kornheiser and Wilbon, let them go get this.
Result of this. Look, he was the #1 recruit, as your son told you. And it's a big deal that he's going to Duke. But let's get to the real facts of this, okay? Because he's going to Duke and because he is a white player, assumptions are going to be made. Statements are going to be thrown out there. That is the nature of what we're dealing with here, as it is with Caitlin Clark. I hope he is a great player, but the pressure on him will be enormous. You and I talk about this on air and off air. Will there be a great white American basketball player again, sort of like Larry Bird? And if there is, will he be allowed to just be a basketball player, or will all these cultural notions overwhelm him?
At first.
Right.
And the question, I hope this kid has the stomach for this, Tone, with parents who can help and teammates who can help. But, Tony, this is a real thing. People don't really want to get into it with Caitlin Clark. This is new. It is newer to women's sports. But there won't be that same reluctance and reticence when it comes to Cooper Flagg.
Nope, there won't. Because we already know how the game goes. He will be used as political collateral in the race hustle. Yep, Cooper Flagg, beware. Here it comes, if it ain't already started with you. Okay, so everybody looks at the situations like Caitlin Clark, he brought it up, and Angel Reese. And we look at that like Magic and Bird. We can get something going. And we all know how the NBA used them the trampoline to its success that we're seeing now. Michael Jordan comes next, Nike infuses it, etc. Now we off tape delay, the NBA is now a power, right? Well, with Cooper Flagg, kind of like in the Caitlin Clark model, they will use him. He will be used, his game, his skill set, because Cooper Flagg is a great player. So now we got a great player. Now let's inject some race conversation, something political, something of greater storyline than he's getting 25 points a game. Now we got somebody who's polarizing, who people are going to love and people are going to love to hate. And he's going to stand for more than just getting buckets. Oh, man, those are values. That's the American value system right there. That's a purebred American right there, right? People are going to go there. People are going to say, oh, that's great. And then people are going to go, what do you mean? It's 1,000 other players out there. They all black, and they good, too. And there's Euros out there. What does it matter? So they're going to stand on the other side. Next thing you know, just because you disagree with them, now you got issue with them. That's how this country is being ran right now. Disagreement, disrespectfully disagreement, right? So Cooper Flagg is nothing new. We want the Magic Bird results. We want that contrast. We want that figure who stands for more than just basketball, right? Well, if you want those results, you got to want the recipe. And the recipe, unfortunately, is injecting race into this and making him part of the race hustle. They're going to do it. And he went to Duke? You can't script it any better if you're race hustling. A white player going to Duke, that's a beast? We got one. So now, all they're looking for is the contrast. You know, it could have been what, Mikey Williams back in the days? Mikey Williams is getting back on his feet. But someone who jumped off the screen, someone who jumped into your social media feed and is sick with it. Because when you got greatness, then you inject it with something of storyline that is like, woo, superseding even their game, at least in our perception. Guess what you need just to finish out that recipe? Success. Magic and Bird, great. Got caught up in the race conversation, had success, kaboom. And that's where Cooper Flagg is headed right now. And it's funny because when you're on the court, when you're on the field, and I've said this before, people don't understand how cheers and boos really sound. So when you're on the court and you're on the field, I know I used to play, I hear people go, right? Because I was balling. Or I heard, ooh, because they was mad. Either I was balling against their team or I was sucking for our team, whatever it was, right? But y'all know me. I'm a fan. Like, since I retired in 2007, fan. Season ticket holder to Clippers, season ticket holder to Chargers. I go to all the games. I go to the Buffalo Bills games. I go to games. And when I go to the games, I like to sit there in the stands. That's getting a little old, but I still like sitting in the stands. Why do I like sitting in the stands? Because I want to know what y'all talking about. Y'all know me, a sociology degree with a psych minor. I like the interactions of people. I love how people in patterns of life. So I'm listening. And then I realized I was at a Raider game up in Oakland back in the day. This is how far back we going. And I remember, I'm going to tie all this together. I remember walking through the tunnel, everybody clowning me. Oh, wow, what you doing? Oh, you ain't shit. Killer, Charger killer. Can we get a pic? You know what I mean? So that's how it was. That's how fans are. You know, they cool. And then I sat there in the section, and I was like, oh. MF and his mama. Oh. Talking trash about him and his girl. Oh. He sucks. He ain't. And I'm looking around like, all I see is pot bellies, spilled beer, and just suckers out here just talking trash in costumes. Talking about he ain't nothing. And who are you? And so I realized then, I ain't judge him. I was just like, so on the field, motherfucker, your mama, you ain't shit. I wish they trade your sorry ass. You know what that gets funneled into? Boo. And then, oh, yeah, he's the best. Look at him. That's why we paid. That's our guy. That turns into no different. So Cooper Flagg, the conversation's going to be, that's one of ours. That's us. And it ain't going to be just strictly race. Like, he ain't going to have just a white fan base. Black people going to rock with him too. But then those black people going to get judged. Oh, look at y'all. Yeah, really? That's how the game goes, right? Because when it was a magic bird, they made you pick. And a lot of times they try to pick you just based on complexion. Ignorance upcoming for Duke player Cooper Flagg. We all see it. But hopefully his game speaks louder than all those other things, because they certainly going to try and do it that way. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Think Cooper Flagg is headed for the race hustle? They going to make him hustle in that race? Or he going to stand alone and just be a baller and people going to leave him alone? Yeah, right. All right.